Hi, welcome to the channel Budget Audio Review and Upgrades. Yet another speaker review. Today is the turn of these Wharfedale programmable 30D.6 speakers. Bit of a mouthful, bit of a title really for a pair of speakers, but there you go. Similar kind of size as the Diamond 1s, 2s and 3s. Now before I go any further, I just want to bring your attention to a channel called Ditton Works. Well worth popping over to that channel. He's got more expensive, more upmarket speakers than these, but he knows a lot of people that actually design these speakers. He used to help manufacture these speakers. He a wealth of knowledge there. Even though he's kind of relaxing the channel a little bit at the moment, I think. But I'm sure he's going to come back with some interesting stuff. He's talking about podcasts, all that kind of stuff. So go over there and see what's happening. Subscribe, help him out there, and bring him up. So very helpful. So he knows a lot. And he's donated a couple of pairs of speakers to this channel, which I'm grateful as well. And he's helped me understand speakers a little bit more than they actually did. So yeah, some good stuff there. Well worth looking into. Coming back to these. A little bit unusual, these speakers, because they kind of got brackets built into them. If you can see, there's hopefully you can see there's an hole there that's kind of got a cover on it. I'll probably put some pictures up, you'll see them a bit later. It's got a hole in the top here that I filled up with a screw and a kind of rubber washer. Got the hole on the side, and it's got another hole. So you've got brackets for these speakers, and they come with a pair of brackets each one. So these are going obviously on the side and the top, and these really commercial speakers, I would have said, more rather than HiFi speakers. But obviously I'm still doing a review to how they actually sound, because a couple of people, get me words out of me, a couple of people have asked me if I looked at these, because these are the similar size as the Diamond 2s and Diamond 3s. So I decided to get a pair because these were cheap, so I thought why not, let's have a little look at them. Yeah, like I say, these are more like a commercial set of speakers. I think that would have been in a wall in a pub or a club or something like that. And that may give you a clue to how these are actually going to sound, being they're up high on the wall. May give you a clue to how these actually sound, but we'll come to that a bit later on. What we're going to do is stick them on the table and have a little look inside how these differ from maybe the Diamond 1s and Diamond 2s. First of all, it's got a different driver than the Diamond 1s and Diamond 2s. As you can see here, this driver is totally different kind of shape, and a slightly bigger driver. And this is a 115mm driver, and that there, I've got it written down, is a 25mm aluminium Mylar dome tweeter there at the top. So anyway, let's get them on the table and have a little look. There they are on the table. Now we take the driver out and look at the side of the driver, just in case anyone's interested to actually what's inside. There's the tweeter. And then I pulled out the wall pad in here. I pulled them out on a few speakers now. Not a lot of wall pad in here, but there's the wall pad in. Here's the crossover here. And I'm just going to zoom in a little bit this crossover, because this crossover's got a red, a black, kind of normal spring kind of clip connectors you'll find on all pair of speakers, but it's also got these two green terminals at the back as well. I'll show you them when I spin the speaker around in a second. Two green terminals at the back, and as we zoom in here, you can see these two green terminals are not connected. Quite a few people on different forums now wonder if they're connected, or they may be a bi-wireable option or something like that, but they're not connected. Not too sure exactly what these would have been for. There's a few kind of like theories going around. If I just quickly spin around and show them to you, I'll cover the price because that's not what I paid for them. I paid a lot less than that. Yeah, cash converters again I got these from, and I always wait on there. If I see anything I'm interested in, I just keep going back every now and again, and all of a sudden they bring them down, they shave some money off, etc. But yeah, well, there's the price. They're $34.95, but they didn't cost $99, but they didn't cost me that. There was less than half price than what I've actually paid here. They just bring them down and down and down until finally someone buys them. I think I've got some more stickers on here, haven't I? No, the stickers are somewhere else, what I took off. Anyway, as you can see, they've got the normal red and black on the bottom, but got these two green ones which are open circuit. They're not connected to anything at all. A couple of theories there is that they had a load of these left over from something or the other and thought why not use them on this speaker, which don't really make a lot of sense to me. It makes it look a bit ugly. Why would you do that? Another theory is that this used to have a little transformer, and this would really connect up the transformer and make these active or something like that. Or maybe a possibility of maybe you could rewire them and make them bi-wireable, and you've got the connections there on the back for bi-wiring, which I suppose you could do if you want to tap into the crossover. You could well do that. So anyway, a few theories there. Maybe someone knows exactly why they've got these two green spring terminals on the back. Anyway, what we do now, we go on to see, listen or see what I think they sounded like. So how did they actually sound? Well, like I said, the clue was probably with that bracket and these holes here, which I did cover up when I reviewed the speaker. I made sure a screw was in there, because you can actually see straight into the speaker if you shine a torch into it, or if you took the drivers out you can see the light from the outside. So I made sure all the holes were covered. These two already were. They've got like little end stopper things, but you put the screws back in that come with a bracket, or you may need to put some wood filler or something like that. But even so, they are rear ported anyway, so obviously air's coming out of there, but just to stop it coming out of the sides, you've got air coming out everywhere kind of thing, I'll just steel them up. Whether it's going to make a massive amount of difference to the sound, maybe, maybe not, but I just thought I'd let you know about that. Like I said, the clue's probably in the bracket, is that these are probably up on the wall somewhere in the corner of a pub, club, commercial building, something like that. And you know, if it's going to be a pub or a club, up in the top there, if you didn't have a lot of bass, you're probably not going to hear a lot of bass. It's going to get lost pretty quickly. So they've emphasised the bass on here. So if you went down your local pub, club, something like that, working men's club, something like that here in the UK, you've kind of got some music playing. You know, it's quite thumpy. It's quite thumpy. If they haven't got a subwoofer or some big speakers, and you've only got small ones like this is going to compensate for that. It's going to help it to give that boom, boom, boom that you're probably going to associate with going in the pub. It's not, when you go in a pub or a club, the sound's not really refined. It's not meant to be. It's trying to get you into the mood and all that, add a few drinks and get you on the dance floor, all that kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So it's trying to get you in the mood. It's not trying to refine you and sit back and relax kind of thing. And this is probably where these are, you know, aimed at. Even though they're a small speaker, they're aimed at that. So if you've got a small club or something, you're going to get a fair bit of bass out of them. So it's quite a bit of bass emphasis on there, which also kind of slightly detracts, makes like trumpets, other instruments like that, saxophone, that sound more deeper than they probably should do. Gives it more, you know, depth to it. More, they sound more deeper. And you know, you're losing a little bit of detail with that bass. It's overcompensating. It's getting in the way a little bit. That kind of thing. So you're losing a little bit of detail. But other than that, it's quite nice. You know, it's quite fine. It's just plenty of it. It's plenty of bass. So it's probably not going to be suited to too many home setups. Not unless you're a really bassy person, like, you know what I mean. I'm not saying it's massive amount of bass because it's only a small unit, but there is a fair bit of bass going on with these speakers. So yeah, they're quite boomy bass wise. So, you know, if you do like it really bassy, then these are going to be all right, because the rest of the sound sounds all right. The mid-range, the vocals and that sound quite nice. There's a little bit of sibilance on the vocals there that doesn't come across with the Diamond 2s and doesn't come across with the Diamond 3s. Comes across here, the sibilance. But it's okay. It's just edgy and sibilant. You know, it's okay, the vocals. They're quite nice and that. Same with the top range. The top range, not quite as nice, the top end, as the Diamond 3s, but nevertheless, quite nice top end, you know what I mean? It's quite nice, and that just it is better with the Diamond 3s. Now, going to the sound stages, he's got quite a narrow sound stage. It's not an open sound stage, it's quite narrow. And I think that is, if it's in a pub or club environment, they wouldn't want a wide sound stage. It's probably going to get lost. They're probably trying to focus it in more to where, you know, where they're aiming this speaker. They want that sound to go to and keep it narrow kind of thing. So maybe that's what the case is here. Yeah, like I say, altogether it's quite a nice sound. And also the sound stage, if you just put these two speakers and sit back and get that sweet spot again, where the Diamond 2s were a little bit laid back compared with the Diamond 3s, were a bit more forward. There's a more wider sound stage with the Diamond 3s. This is more of a narrow sound stage again, pretty similar-ish to the Diamond 2s, but bringing it forward, where they're a little bit back, this is more forward. That was the sound stage. Instrument placement was okay. Just felt that the band was bunched up, you know what I mean? The instrument placement was all right, but they're quite compact, the band, where with the Diamond 3s, they're quite, you know, they're nicely spread apart. They've all got that nice little space and all sitting on top of each other's lap kind of thing, where here they're more claustrophobic, a bit more cramped up. So, you know, that's how they sounded with this speaker. And I think that really wraps his speaker up. There's not much else I can tell you. You know, it's not a bad sounding speaker. You know, it's quite a nice sounding speaker, but don't forget you're getting quite an emphasis on that bass. It's quite a bassy speaker. So if you're sitting back for something a bit more refined, this is probably not the speaker for you. Like, you know what I mean? Because that bass is maybe going to get on your nerves a little bit if you're not into it kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a speaker I'd be keeping. It's a club speaker. I mean, people do have it in their homes, don't get me wrong, but it's more of a club, more, you know, what it's been made for here, a commercial speaker, I think, than an actual HiFi speaker. It's kind of leaning in that direction. But other than that, it's not too bad. If you can pick up a pair for 20 or 30 pounds, something like that, and have a little muck around with them, they may well suit you, depending on your room and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, that is the Wharfedale programmable 30D.6 speakers. Okay, until the next video, I'll say thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon.